What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about some underrated guns in dayz. There's a select few that I use that I feel like are obviously pretty underrated, as I said, so let's hop right into it. The first gun being the AK-101. The KA-101, or the AK-74M, select fire 5.56 assault rifle that is tier 4 and is the second best gun in the AK family. It takes up a total of 24 slots, is 3 kilograms, and fires 600 rounds a minute with a high recoil. This is a exporter version of the AK-74M and takes 5.56, so within dayz, it has a higher shock damage over range. Speaking of range, it has pretty high range as you can see in this clip. The AK-101 with a PU scope does a pretty good job at knocking out the survivor over range. It's also an absolute beast in close quarters. You shouldn't have any problem shredding survivors anywhere, anytime. The only downside with this gun is the 30-round magazine, as there are no other magazines you are able to use with this gun. You also have a high variety of AK attachments. This can take pretty much every single AK attachment in the game. Next is the Pioneer Rifle. The Pioneer Rifle, or the Steyr Scout Rifle, is a bolt-action, single-shot rifle that takes 5.56 by 45mm rounds. It's found in Tier 3 police car wrecks. It can also take pretty much any Western optic in the game. It has medium damage for a mid-tier rifle, and a fire rate lower than my finances, but what really shines about this gun is when a suppressor is attached, it becomes a silent killer. This thing is so fucking silent, I can compare it to the Ruger Mark II. It has pretty decent shock damage and damage over range, although being a lower tier rifle, very far ranges, it does struggle to kill. It also does seem kind of pointless to grind for a standardized suppressor for a weapon you found near the coast at a police car wreck that has some pretty meh damage. This expense can be fixed using the bottle suppressor, or just growing some big man balls and running into the gas zone like an absolute chad. Overall, if you need something that's borderline unaudible, compact, and takes a very common round, the Pioneer is your go-to. This next pistol is the CR75 pistol. This gun is found in Tier 3 and 4 police locations around the map, so it's a bit more rare than something like a Glock or an AJ-70. But that rarity does pay off because this gun is extremely accurate. I've used this gun many times and I've actually been able to hit medium and even long shots. So it's pretty damn good. Of course, it doesn't really do too much damage at long range. But the fact that it is accurate and is getting a bullet into someone at a long range is very impressive, let alone accurately. The reason I call this gun underrated is because literally no one talks about this gun, and it's far better than half the pistols you'll find at the coastline, or even comparable to the Glock 91, as it's slightly more accurate. Even coming down to iron sights, and the recoil is mostly the thing that puts it ahead of other pistols, because if you compare this to, per se, an FX45 or a Glock 91, it has little to no recoil. Just on iron sights. As you could see in a couple of these clips, it is extremely easy to control the recoil on this gun. And if you tap it fast enough, you can put tons of rounds down range without any problems. Yes, the Savannah, the middle child of the Blaze and the Tundra. Quite literally never mentioned. Despite being a lower damage gun, the Savannah holds its ground with having a 10-round magazine, so the first shot you're going to definitely knock out the guy, if not kill him, but you see it's not much of a problem because you have 9 more follow-up shots to finish the job. I honestly don't really know why nobody uses this gun besides me, or I guess if it's the only thing you have, you use it, but I'm pretty sure one of the reasons is, for some reason, even though the Tundra has higher damage, it's found 10 times more often than the Savannah. If you find a Savannah, yeah, you got the Savannah, but now you have to find the mag, and for some reason, I can just never find the Savannah's mag. This makes it kind of pointless to try to grind for, since usually I have a Tundra and then I transition over to something like a DMR or an SVD. Except when I do find this gun, I stick with it for a very long time because I actually do like it a lot. Even though it has lower damage, it's got a really good mag capacity, and I think it's underrated. Also, the sounds on this thing are so crisp. Just listen to this. This next one here is overlooked way too much, and that is the Vaiga or Sega shotgun. This thing is an absolute beast. Even though they did nerf the rate of fire, they did not nerf the damage. This thing is still crazy. You get too close to it and you're absolutely getting obliterated. I find that this gun is overlooked a lot, even though it's found very, very commonly. Especially in Sakal now, for some reason. I find this gun more than I ever have on any other map. It doesn't really take that many attachments, but it does take quite a few mag sizes, being the 5, 8, and 20 round magazine, the 20 rounder being an absolute genocide machine. Also, another additive is, I don't know if it's just me, but 85% of my fights in dayz are close quarters, especially unofficial. So next time you have a Vaiga with some mags and you're contemplating dropping it for a badly damaged M16A2, consider staying with the Vaiga. The MP5K, probably one of the most underrated guns in this entire video. I don't know why everyone shits on this gun so often. They always glaze the fuck out of the UMP for some reason. I mean, come on now. It's not even that good. Just because it has 45 and has good damage over range doesn't mean it's the best gun in the game. Come on. This gun has really good recoil control. It's got good damage, and it has a good fire rate. And some pretty good recoil control. Even though the UMP does have... it's better in that compartment. It does have 2 magazine sizes, so they are more common to find than the UMP mags. It also has a more common round on the coast, and it's really good at knocking out players. If you're ever in doubt and need a firearm in a close-range firefight, the SG5K is your go-to. Last, but certainly not least, the Famas, or Lamas, as dayz calls it. This is a French rifle, chambered in 5.56, and is found at heli crashes in some gas zones. The Famas is currently ranked as the best close quarters combat weapon in the game, right next to the M4. It's unable to have any sights attached, and only has a 25 round magazine, but the fast fire rate and accuracy makes up for both of these things. And let's be honest, aiming down sights with a gun this fast is close to useless. But anyways, that's all for today, guys. This was a short one, but for some reason took a while to make. So if you wouldn't mind, just leave me a like and possibly subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.